I'm just such a romantic and I really love happy endings. I really only want to watch movies that have happy endings. But today, I don't want to talk about movies. I want to talk about singing with happy endings. What does that mean? Well, stay tuned. Now, the last pitch of a piece is, of course, the last thing your audience will hear and what leaves an impression, right? It's the last thing before applause or non-applause will appear. However, it's even within a song, every phrase, there's sections that come to an end, right? And how you end those sections is really relevant. Let me demonstrate to you when I don't support through the last pitch and I just kind of cut it off without really working it. This is what it will sound like. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. When you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free, if you never find a moment, spare a thought for me. So I pretty much just cut it off. I sang through everything and just cut the last pitch off. A nicer way to do it, which will not only make it sound better, which will also activate your support, create better phrasing, and just make you more alert and sound more accurate, potentially, if you're doing it right, is when the last pitch isn't just, don't think of it as this box that has a beginning and end and just doesn't change. It's like, and then you start it and then you just cut it off. What you want to do is think of it as a dynamic thing, like a creature that has its own life. So before you end the pitch, you want to not end by just cutting your throat off, but you want to end it with using your support to do something with it. Whether you're doing a crescendo or a decrescendo, you might not hear it, but in your mind, what you want to do at the end is very controlled. End the phrase, end that last pitch of a phrase. So instead of think of me, you want to go think of me fondly. See how I'm not always heavy on the last pitch, especially when it's not naturally heavily pronounced. The word fondly, the first syllable is more pronounced, it's accented, and the second part of the word is lighter. Fondly. The accentuation is on the first part. So why would I not want to sing it that way? I do actually. It sounds better than fondly, 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 fondly. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. See how I'm just tapering that, not goodbye, remember me. I get into my next breath much better because I'm using my support to do something, to develop the pitch, that last pitch before I take another breath. Goodbye, remember me once in a while. Very supported, that last pitch, not with a cutoff offset, but once in a while, please. So that way I get into the next breath much easier. It's not once in a while, please, because then I'm heavy out and heavy in and heavy out again. When I taper it off, I'm lightening up at the end, but really ramping up my support, getting into that next controlled inward breath where I have good expansion. I'm keeping that support really strong. It's not, but it's not. I just get into the breath much better. And then I can start the next phrase very controlled with nice expansion. When you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be not to take your heart back and be free. It should not be too heavy here, because that's just not how this works. To take your heart back and be free. If you ever find a moment. Again, the word is moment. It's not moment. Moment. Spare a thought for me. I'm tapering off just a bit. This will make a huge difference in your singing when you really think about the last pitch of, it's a dynamic. It's not always just sitting on it. Do something with it. Activate your support and control everything with your support and not on the level of your throat. Thank you for watching. If you want to dive deeper, check out the free resources on my website, masteryourvoice.tv. And also, if you love listening to podcasts, check out my podcast anywhere where you can find podcasts, where you can listen to podcasts, Spotify, your favorite podcast app. Check it out, Freya's Singing Tips, and then you can listen to me on the go. And if you really want to dive deep and brush up on all the aspects of your technique to understand your voice better, check out my signature course, Back to the Basics, also to be found on my website, masteryourvoice.tv. Thanks for watching. Until next time, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing. Let the sky fall when it crumbles.